we're seeing a new side of Governor Jeb Bush as he ramps up his attacks against Donald Trump. And this weekend, it got personal. First, Governor Bush and Mr. Trump at the New Hampshire debate in a fierce back and forth over the issue of eminent domain. Watch.
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough is it?
And then yesterday, Governor Bush turned it up a notch.
It is a sign of real weakness when you call John McCain or Leo Thorsness or anybody else that was a POW who served this country in a way that should be admired, American heroes, calling them losers. Donald Trump, you're the loser.
Joining me now is Steve Hayes, who's a Fox News contributor and senior writer of the Weekly Standard. Dana Perino is co-host of The Five and former Bush White House press secretary. And Mark Thiessen is a Fox News contributor and former chief speechwriter for President George W. Bush. Good to see you all.
Good to see you, Megan.
So a fiery Jeb, and I haven't seen a lot of standing ovations for Jeb, but he certainly got it with that attack. Effective?
Yeah, I thought it was a very effective moment for Jeb. In that debate, clearly he won the exchange between he and Donald Trump over the issue of eminent domain. Jeb made the right distinctions between private and public views.
Trump said, I walked away. Jeb said, you were trying to go after this old lady and take her property for your limousine parking lot. Trump said, I walked away from that deal. And Jeb said, because you lost the lawsuit.
Right, exactly. It wasn't exactly right what Trump had said. Look, I think that was a good moment for Jeb, and I think he deserves credit for continuing to point out the flaws in Donald Trump's candidacy. I mean, both whether you're talking about, his character, as Bush was saying there, or his policies.
I want to show you a moment that happened just moments ago on the campaign trail where Trump was at a rally and one of the women in the crowd said a naughty word that is another word for cat. And here's what happened.
They asked Ted Cruz, serious question, well, what do you think of waterboarding? Is it okay? And honestly, I thought he'd say absolutely, and he didn't. He said, well, it's, he's concerned about the answer, because some people, she just said a terrible thing. You know what she said? Shout it out, because I don't want to... Okay, you're not allowed to say, and I never expect to hear that from you again. She said, I never expect to hear that from you again. She said he's a... That's terrible. Terrible.
So he is not taking Barbara Bush's message when it comes to vulgarity in this race.
No. And the other thing is that in the clip that you showed where Jeb Bush got the standing ovation, it was when he was talking to a room full of former POWs, veterans, people in the military, the people that support defense. And he was referring back to when Donald Trump was talking about John McCain. He said, I don't like losers. Losers only get captured. So the direct link, and so the direct link is obvious then that he was saying John McCain's a loser because he got captured. What he'll do on this as well is say, I didn't say that Ted Cruz was a cat. I said, I was simply repeating what the woman said about him being a cat.
Mark, go ahead, quickly.
Well, no, it's interesting, though, however, that Jeb Bush is the candidate who said, Donald Trump, you can't insult your way to the presidency.
Yeah, if you can't beat him, join him.
But today he said Donald Trump is a loser, a liar, and a whiner. So you were talking about message discipline, that's message incoherence.
All right, let's switch back to what happened at the top of the show here today.